Welcome back to Movie Flicks. Today, let's recap the action film Hitman, but be prepared for spoilers if you haven't seen it. The story follows Agent 47, a highly skilled assassin who is hired to find a girl named Katja Van Dyes, the daughter of a scientist named Peter Aaron Lidvenko. He had created super soldiers known as agents, and Katja was the only way to find him after he disappeared. However, their computers were hacked and a virus was uploaded to their system, prompting Del Rigo's bodyguards to escort him to a safe house. On the way, a bomb exploded and killed some of the bodyguards, while Agent 47 used a motion sensor gun to take out the others. He eventually found Del Rigo and demanded to know Katja's location, threatening to cut out his eye if he didn't comply. Del Rigo gave in, but when he tried to retaliate, he was blown up by a booby-trapped gun shelf. Agent 47 then took out the rest of Del Rigo's men and walked away unscathed. Meanwhile, Katja went to a library to look for her father. Despite knowing the whereabouts of the person she was looking for, Katja's memories of him were fading, and she only had an old, blurry picture of him. She searched through library records and asked around, but found nothing. Disappointed, she left the library and went home. Katja had been trying to find him for a long time, but her efforts were fruitless. Her few memories of him troubled her, and she had to take medication to stay sane. Eventually, through the town's CCTV footage, 47 was able to locate Katja, who began having visions of him as she slept. Knowing he was coming for her, Katja quickly fled and bumped into a man named John Smith, who offered to help her, but she rejected his offer. However, before she left, she sensed 47's presence and knew he was coming for her. When he arrived, John fought back and tried to buy time for her to escape, but 47 overpowered him. In a stroke of luck, an oncoming train distracted 47 and allowed John to escape with Katja. They were pursued by 47 and their driver was killed, so they continued on foot. Eventually, 47 caught up to them at the American embassy, where John surrendered, knowing that 47 would not dare to attack them there. As Katja was being interrogated, 47 voluntarily handed over his bag to the security, which was full of weapons. He revealed that he was an assassin and wanted Katja. In a sudden outburst, he kicked the table and the gun went off, cutting his handcuffs. He then knocked out the guards and escaped. John broke through the glass to rescue Katja, and they escaped in a police car. 47, however, was able to shoot at their car, hitting it, but they managed to get away. The following day, Katja is still alive after the bullet only grazed her arm. John helps her bandage the wound, and she starts to trust him. They brainstorm together to figure out where her father could be hiding. Eventually, Katja remembers where he is and tells John, but then the devil walks in and shoots John multiple times in the chest. The devil knocks out Katja and takes her away. When she wakes up, she is tied to a chair and 47 emerges from the darkness. He explains to her that he and Katja were part of the same experiment as children, and that John only wanted to use her to get to her father. 47 gives Katja the choice to trust her memories and work with him, or follow a man she met randomly on the road. After escaping, 47 demands to be told where Katja's father is, and she reluctantly tells him he is in Singapore. They head there, but Antoine Leclerc, the head of the syndicate, is informed and contacts airport security to scan every entry point. 47 steals a pilot uniform, and Katja scans the entire airport's CCTV arrangements to avoid being seen. They make it out of the airport undetected, but their movements are closely monitored by Antoine Leclerc. In their hotel room, Katja takes apart 47's guns to clean them, but he is not happy with her actions and warns her not to do it again. As they prepare to leave, 47 hands Katja a knife, as there is an open contract on them. After searching for her father for years, Katja finally had a chance to meet him, Mr. Peter Aaron Libenko. Overwhelmed by emotion, Katya cried as she couldn't comprehend why her father had abandoned her and left her alone in the world. Libenko tried to hug her, but Katya backed away, still hurt and angry. He tried to explain himself, but she refused to listen. However, he believed that what he did was necessary for her survival, which turned her into a super sensitive and scared person. Suddenly, they were approached by a man named 47 and two disguised workers who pulled out their guns. 47 shot the workers before they could attack, and they escaped. However, they were chased by John and his team, who tried to cut them off and shoot at them. But 47 took them out one by one. After escaping, they were attacked again, and Litvenko was shot in the leg. Unable to carry him, 47 rescued Katya and left him behind. In the syndicate headquarters, Litvenko was tied to a chair by John, who demanded answers about how to make more super soldiers. The doctor refused, so John injected him with a serum to force him to talk, causing him to shake uncontrollably in pain. Meanwhile, 47 hacked into the building's CCTV cameras and monitored everything. He called emergency services and directed them to the syndicate headquarters building for an emergency, and then used the building's loudspeakers to talk to Leclerc. 47 offered them a deal, the girl for the old man, and directed them to land the helicopter on the helipad. However, when Katya heard about the exchange, she crashed the helicopter into the building, destroying everything in its path. Firefighters arrived, and 47 was among them. Leclerc and John escaped, leaving the burning building behind. When they entered Leclerc's office, 47 shot at them, but John stopped the bullet with his hand, and the two started fighting. Despite 47's efforts, John was unaffected by the bullets and beat him. 47 eventually strangled John and cooked him alive with electric wires. Together with Katya, 47 went after Leclerc, who was now in a helicopter ready to leave. They fought through the building, taking out bodyguards, but the helicopter took off, and Katya could only watch as her father left her again. As they were leaving, Litvenko knew what Leclerc would do to Katya, so he pressed his inhaler, causing the helicopter to explode. It turned out that 47's mission was to eliminate both Leclerc and Katya, and he succeeded in killing Leclerc, but refused to kill Katya. He threw his phone down the skyscraper, which killed both Leclerc and Katya. This was necessary to end the agent program once and for all, and Litvenko sacrificed himself to save his daughter's life. However, as they were leaving the building, they encountered Agent 48, who was an assassin. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. See you soon.